She left me for a man she thought was rich, while I was still paying for her MBA. But when the truth about him came out, she came crawling back. Too late. I was working from home that Tuesday afternoon, typing away at some emails, when Sarah walked into the living room. Her face looked serious, a mix of guilt and resolve. I paused, sensing something was off. We'd been together for 2 years. She had moved into my house about 8 months ago, and for the past year, I'd been paying for her MBA at Northwestern. David, she started without sitting down. I have something to tell you. I already knew where this was going. I'm in love with Marcus. We've been seeing each other for 3 months. I'm moving in with him this weekend. Marcus, the guy from her study group. I'd had my suspicions. Late-night meetups, study sessions that dragged on longer than they should have. Now it all made sense. I looked toward the front door and saw 2 suitcases neatly packed. She was prepared. I took a deep breath and said, "Understood. That's all. No yelling, no begging, no arguments. Just clarity." Her decision had been made, and now it was my turn to make mine. She looked thrown off by my calmness. Maybe she expected tears, or for me to plead. But I was already planning my next steps. As soon as she left, probably to celebrate with Marcus, I picked up the phone. First call, Northwestern's finance office. "Hi, this is David Harrison. I'm the third-party guarantor for Sarah Chen's MBA tuition. I'd like to terminate my financial responsibility at the end of the current semester." They confirmed I was within my rights to do so. Since we weren't married, she had no legal claim to future funding. I sent them a formal withdrawal letter within the hour. I didn't inform Sarah. She could hear it from the school. Second call, my friend Jake, who's a lawyer. "Any chance she can claim financial support or anything tied to the house?" I asked. "None," he said. "You're not married, she's not on the mortgage or any documents, and there's no contract." Perfect. Third task, change the locks. She had returned her key, but I wasn't going to take chances. That evening, when she came back, probably to grab the rest of her stuff, she was locked out. Update number 1, 48 hours later. Wednesday morning, my phone rang. It was Sarah. She sounded frantic. "David, I just got an email from Northwestern about tuition. They said the funding's been cut off. What's happening?" "I withdrew from the payment plan," I said flatly. "You're on your own now. You can't just stop paying. I'm halfway through the program. You chose Marcus. He can take care of it now." Thursday afternoon, she showed up at my door. She looked distressed, nothing like the confident woman who had packed her bags just days earlier. "David, please. Marcus isn't who I thought he was. He said he was launching a consulting firm, but he lives in a tiny one-bedroom with a roommate and barely works. He lied to me." I opened the door but didn't invite her in. "That sounds like a Marcus problem. I made a mistake. A huge one. Can we please talk?" "We are talking. The answer's still no. I need proof of funding by next month or I'll be dropped from the program. You should have thought about that before you left." She cried, real tears this time. "Marcus doesn't want me at his place anymore. He says it's too crowded. So you left me, the person actually funding your education, for a fantasy. And now the fantasy collapsed. I have nowhere to go." "Not my problem, Sarah. You packed your bags, remember?" Update number 2, 1 week later. That week, the guilt campaign started. First, her mom called. "You can't just abandon her like this." "I didn't abandon her. She left me. She made a mistake. She's young. She's 27. Not 17. Her mistake, her consequences." Then her best friend Amanda texted me nonstop. "Sarah's heartbroken. She was manipulated. She still loves you. She's an adult." I replied. She made her choice. On Wednesday, Sarah emailed me a spreadsheet. A full financial breakdown, $47,000 in remaining tuition and living expenses. Her proposal? I loan her the money, and she'll pay me back over 5 years. My response was a single word. No. You're ruining my life over one mistake, she replied. You ruined it the moment you chose Marcus. Thursday, she begged. Please, David. Don't let my mistake destroy my career. You already did that. By Friday, I heard through mutual friends that she had to drop out of the program. No private loan, no backup plan. She moved back in with her parents. Update number 3, 1 month later. The smear campaign began. Sarah told anyone who would listen that I destroyed her future out of spite. A few friends took her side, until I showed them the full timeline. Tuesday, she dumped me for Marcus. Wednesday, I withdrew tuition support. Actions have consequences. Plain and simple. Then came the legal threat. A relative of hers who was a lawyer sent me a demand letter claiming I had a moral obligation to continue paying. My lawyer laughed. This isn't even legally coherent, Jake said. We sent a formal cease and desist. Never heard from that guy again. Then, the poetic justice. Marcus started posting on LinkedIn about authenticity and lessons in integrity. He was still unemployed and living with a roommate. The consulting firm? Never existed. Sarah? Posting motivational quotes from her childhood bedroom. Working part-time at her dad's firm. Final update, 3 months later. 6 weeks ago, she showed up at my door again. David, I know I've messed up. I don't expect you to help me financially, but could you at least write me a reference? Help me transfer to another program? I looked her in the eye. You cheated, lied, and walked out, and now you want my help? The answer is no. No reference. No letter. No support. Don't you want me to succeed? She asked. I want you to learn, I said. Learn that when you burn a bridge, you can't ask for a ride across the river. That was the last time we spoke. From what I've heard, she eventually re-enrolled in Northwestern, but had to switch to part-time and take out high-interest loans. Marcus? Vanished completely. Moved back to his hometown. As for me? I'm doing well. Started dating again, slowly, carefully. I redecorated the house. Threw out those ridiculous pillows she insisted on. And the biggest win? Peace. The lesson I learned was simple but profound. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. The first time. Don't wait for more hurt. Sarah thought she could chase excitement without giving up stability. She wanted Marcus's thrill and my security. When it all crumbled, she expected me to clean up the mess. But I stepped back. Let her face the fallout alone. That wasn't cruelty. That was clarity. That was justice. She made her bed. Now she gets to lie in it. Alone.